This is the world's largest fruit and vegetable record, a bizarre realm where farmers defy nature's limits to grow crops that defy imagination. In this strange agricultural universe, common garden varieties are transformed into monstrous creations that could feed entire villages. Today, you'll discover the largest fruits and vegetables ever recorded. Curious? Join us, and let's go. Number 16. The car-crushing pumpkin. When it comes to heavyweight champions in the plant world, the Atlantic giant pumpkin stands in a league of its own. In 2021, Italian grower Stefano Cutruppi shattered all previous records with a pumpkin so massive it literally outweighed some cars. This orange monster tipped the scales at an unbelievable 2,702 pounds and 13.9 ounces, making ordinary pumpkins look like mere decorations by comparison. To grasp the sheer enormity of this pumpkin, consider that it weighed more than a Nissan Micra and nearly double the weight of the heaviest human ever recorded. Its circumference stretched to an astounding 17 feet and 9 inches, with a width of 11 feet 8 inches. The fruit was over 100 times heavier than typical pumpkins found in grocery stores, requiring special equipment just to move it to the weigh station. Number 15. The monster marrow. When Vincent Schoten from Berry Island, South Wales, unveiled his marrow at the 2021 Canna UK National Giant Vegetables Championship, spectators could hardly believe their eyes. This elongated vegetable stretched 5 feet and 1.8 inches in length, with a circumference of 1 foot and 11.6 inches, weighing an astounding 256 pounds and 9.8 ounces, smashing the previous record by approximately 50 pounds. Schoten's growing technique involves an unusual secret ingredient: fish heads and guts. This traditional organic fertilizer provides a rich source of nitrogen and other nutrients that apparently fuel exceptional growth. While the method might sound unpleasant, the results speak for themselves. Marrows belong to the same family as zucchini, but are allowed to grow much larger, developing thicker skin and seeds. Number 14. The jack of all fruits. Love it or hate it, and plenty of people stand firmly in the latter camp. The jackfruit holds the title of largest tree-borne fruit in the world. While commercial varieties typically weigh between 10 to 25 pounds, a family in India shattered all expectations during 2020 when they harvested a jackfruit of truly biblical proportions. This botanical behemoth tipped the scales at a staggering 113 pounds, heavy enough that harvesting required multiple people and special equipment. The previous record holder weighed a comparatively modest 94 pounds, making this new champion a significant leap forward in extreme fruit production. Jackfruit belongs to the same family as mulberry and fig, but clearly outgrew its relatives in the evolutionary size race. This particular specimen developed over several months, with the family noticing its unusual growth rate early in the season. Number 13. The phenomenal peach that made Georgia proud. A veteran peach grower with nearly 7 decades of experience stunned the agricultural world when he harvested an 8-pound peach that dwarfed typical specimens. For context, an average peach weighs between 1/4 and 1/2 pound, making this fruit approximately 16 times the normal size. The grower, Mr. Pearson, immediately noticed this particular peach standing out in his orchard, significantly bigger and rounder than even his usually impressive crop. This extraordinary peach didn't happen by accident. It represented the culmination of Pearson's 68 years of dedicated peach cultivation and his deep connection to the land. His extensive knowledge of soil conditions, pruning techniques, and optimal growing environments all contributed to this remarkable achievement. The irony wasn't lost on Pearson that this potentially record-setting peach grew in Georgia, a state so famous for the fruit that it features a giant peach-shaped water tower greeting visitors at the state line. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel. So leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 12. The mountain-sized mango. Deep in Colombia's lush farmlands, nature played a spectacular trick when farmers accidentally cultivated what would become the heaviest mango ever recorded. What started as an ordinary sapling on the San Martin farm grew into something extraordinary. The farmers noticed the unusual development early and gave this potential champion special attention, nurturing it with care until harvest day arrived. When they finally picked it, Jaws dropped as the scales showed an astonishing 9.36 pounds, a truly colossal specimen that dwarfed typical mangoes. The previous record holder from the Philippines, weighing in at only 7.57 pounds back in 2009, suddenly seemed puny by comparison. Guinness World Records officials verified this Colombian giant, cementing its place in agricultural history. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is that mangoes typically weigh under a pound, with 2-pounders considered unusually large in commercial farming. This record-breaking fruit wasn't just marginally bigger, it represented a complete departure from normal mango development, showcasing nature's capacity for extreme variations when conditions align perfectly. Number 11. The watermelon giant. Chris Kent from the United States doesn't just grow watermelons. He engineers botanical wonders that redefine what's possible in fruit cultivation. His watermelon odyssey began in 2010 when he first claimed the world record. But Kent wasn't satisfied. With a scientist's precision and a farmer's intuition, he continued refining his techniques until 2013, when he produced a watermelon that remains undefeated to this day. This fruit colossus weighed an astounding 350.5 pounds, exceeding the previous record by 42.5 pounds, and measuring more than 15 times the size of average watermelons. What makes Kent's achievement particularly remarkable is that he grew this record breaker from seeds he developed himself. A specialized hybrid combining his 291 Kent and 274 Kent varieties. These specially bred seeds represent botanical gold, with small packets containing just 3 to 4 seeds, selling for up to $40 among enthusiasts. Number 10. The fusion strawberry phenomenon. Most people would consider a quarter-sized strawberry small and a golf ball-sized one large. But Ariel from Israel shattered all strawberry expectations with a fruit so massive it seemed to belong to another species entirely. This Israeli farmer became the official Guinness World Record holder for the heaviest strawberry ever recorded, with his creation weighing a jaw-dropping 10.19 ounces. The champion berry measured 7 inches in length, with a thickness exceeding 1.5 inches and a circumference of 13.38 inches, dimensions more typical of small apples than strawberries. What makes this achievement particularly fascinating is that it resulted from unusual weather conditions rather than deliberate breeding efforts. Israel experienced an unusually cold growing season from late January to early February that year, causing the strawberry to develop extremely slowly over 45 days. Number 9. The sweet potato surprise. Back in 2008, Lebanese farmer Khalil got the shock of his life while harvesting sweet potatoes. What emerged from the soil wasn't just dinner, it was a 24.9-pound underground monster that instantly transformed his ordinary harvest into a potential world record event. Imagine preparing to pull up a regular sweet potato, and instead finding something weighing as much as a medium-sized dog. Sweet potatoes typically weigh between 8 to 16 ounces when mature, making Khalil's discovery approximately 25 to 50 times larger than normal. This enormous tuber didn't just happen overnight. Sweet potatoes develop over months underground, with their final size determined by soil quality, growing time, and genetics. Khalil's farming region in southern Lebanon features particularly fertile soil with ideal drainage conditions for root vegetable development. Number 8. The record-breaking tomato. Dan McCoy spent 3 years perfecting his giant pumpkin growing skills before deciding to switch his focus to tomatoes, a decision that would soon make agricultural history. His efforts culminated in an extraordinary 8.41-pound tomato that shattered a world record that had stood untouched for nearly 3 decades. The previous heavyweight champion weighed 7 pounds 12 ounces and was grown by an Oklahoma farmer back in 1986. What makes McCoy's achievement particularly remarkable is his growing location. Minnesota isn't exactly known for its favorable growing conditions compared to sunnier southern states. With shorter growing seasons and less than ideal climate, Minnesota farmers typically face uphill battles when competing for size records. Yet, despite these geographical disadvantages, McCoy managed to nurture this crimson giant to record-breaking proportions. Number 7. The tear-jerking mega onion. In September 2023, Gareth Griffin from the UK made every other onion grower weep with envy when he unveiled a monster bulb weighing 19 pounds and 12.4 ounces. This eye-watering achievement took place at the Harrogate Autumn Flower Show in North Yorkshire, where judges from the National Vegetable Society confirmed it had demolished the previous record set in 2014. The former champion onion, grown by fellow Brit Tony Glover, had held strong at 18 pounds 11 ounces for nearly a decade before Griffin's bulb tipped the scales. For context, typical supermarket onions weigh between 4 to 8 ounces, making Griffin's creation approximately 40 times larger than what most people cook with. Number 6. The colossal eggplant. At the 2021 Canna UK National Giant Vegetables Championship, Peter Glazebrook stunned audiences with an eggplant aubergine weighing 6 pounds and 14 ounces, roughly the size of a newborn baby. Unlike its sleek, elongated commercial cousins, this champion vegetable had developed into a round, bulbous form to accommodate its extraordinary mass. Glazebrook isn't just a one-hit wonder in the giant vegetable circuit. His garden consistently produces record-breaking specimens, including the heaviest potato, cauliflower, carrots, onions, and parsnips. His success across multiple vegetable categories suggests mastery of growing techniques rather than luck, earning him legendary status among giant vegetable enthusiasts. The record-breaking eggplant required specialized growing conditions, including carefully balanced soil pH, precise watering schedules, and protection from pests and diseases that could compromise its development. Glazebrook typically removes all but 1 or 2 fruits from each plant, allowing the remaining specimens to receive the plant's full nutritional resources. This strategic pruning, combined with specialized fertilizer applications, creates the perfect conditions for extreme growth. Number 5. The cucumber colossus. Talk about garden brags gone wild. Sebastian Suski from Southampton, UK, didn't just grow a cucumber. He created a green monster that would make ordinary salad veggies hide in shame. His record-breaking cucumber stretched an outrageous 3 feet and 8 inches long, weighing a hefty 17 pounds. This garden giant smashed the previous world record by over 2 inches, creating quite the stir in vegetable growing circles. Just imagine slicing this thing up. Experts calculated it could produce more than 400 cucumber sandwiches. That's enough to feed an entire garden party of fancy folks. Because honestly, who else eats cucumber sandwiches? Sebastian didn't stumble into cucumber greatness by accident. He's a dedicated grower who nurtures various oversized produce in his backyard polytunnel. Number 4. The citrus titan. Most lemons fit comfortably in your palm, not this Israeli monster. Farmer Aaron stunned fruit enthusiasts worldwide when he harvested a lemon weighing an incredible 11.6 pounds, with a circumference of 29 inches and standing 13.7 inches tall. To put this in perspective, it weighed more than most human heads and completely dwarfed normal lemons, which typically weigh just a few ounces. This citrus giant smashed the previous record of 8.6 pounds that had stood unchallenged since 1983. Lemons this size don't just happen by accident. They require perfect growing conditions, including soil with ideal pH balance, consistent watering, and protection from pests and extreme weather. Most importantly, they need time. Record-breaking specimens usually remain on the tree much longer than commercial varieties. Number 2. The mammoth avocado. A Hawaiian family's backyard avocado tree produced something truly extraordinary. The world's heaviest avocado, tipping the scales at a whopping 5.6 pounds. To put this in perspective, your average supermarket avocado weighs about 6 ounces, making this Hawaiian giant about 15 times larger than normal. The Pocchini family, Mark, Julianne, and their son, discovered this green giant growing on their property and immediately knew they had something special. The avocado was literally the size of their young son's head. Getting official recognition wasn't a walk in the park, though. The Pocchinis embarked on a months-long certification odyssey with Guinness World Records. They had to jump through numerous hoops, including bringing in a certified horticulturalist, arranging for 2 official witnesses to verify everything, completing mountains of paperwork, using a certified scale for the weigh-in, and submitting extensive photo and video documentation. All this hassle for a single avocado might seem excessive, but world records don't come easy. Number 1. The colossal cabbage. An Alaskan gardener shocked the vegetable growing community when he harvested a mammoth cabbage weighing an incredible 138.25 pounds. This leafy behemoth, roughly the size of a small coffee table, dwarfed typical supermarket cabbages that usually weigh between 1 to 3 pounds. The grower, Scott Robb, attributed his success to Alaska's unique summer growing conditions, where nearly 20 hours of daily sunlight during peak season creates perfect conditions for producing oversized vegetables. Robb didn't achieve this record overnight. He spent years perfecting his cultivation techniques, experimenting with different fertilizer combinations, soil amendments, and watering schedules. His dedication to giant vegetable growing borders on scientific, with careful notes taken throughout each growing season to track which variables produced the best results. The record-breaking cabbage required daily attention, with Rob sometimes spending hours just on cabbage care. The colossal cabbage made its public debut at the Alaska State Fair, where competitive vegetable growing has become something of a state passion. The fair's giant vegetable competition attracts growers from across Alaska, all vying for the prestige of producing the largest specimens. When Rob's entry was placed on the scale, the crowd erupted in cheers as the number settled on 138.25 pounds, officially breaking the previous world record. Which of these records for the biggest thefts of vegetables shocked you the most? Tell me in the comments below. Take advantage and click on this video that you are watching now on the screen. I'm sure you will like this video too. Well, that's it. Until next time, Curious One.